I'm at Sandwood Bay, which, being far-flung right in the northwest of Scotland, the northwest of mainland Britain, you have to walk 4 miles to get here. There's no vehicle access. Numbers are quite low in the number of people who come here, so it's not like a lot of rubbish is brought in by people visiting. So widely it's regarded as being one of the most pristine beaches in the country. But I have been standing on the beach. I've been quite taken aback at how much rubbish there is, even here, how much plastic and stuff. So what I did, I swear I was standing on the beach, I drew a square on the ground about 2.5 meters by 2.5 meters, and then I just had a bit of a rummage and found, saw what I could find, what plastic and rubbish I could find. It's quite sobering. Just what I found. Look at this. This is all just in 2.5 meters by 2.5 meters. It's crazy. Garish plastic that's been washed up on whatever tides come in. Some of it small stuff, some of it bigger, but a lot of it is going to be small stuff that's actually just churned up, discarded out at sea, fallen off boats, stuff that's been washed out of rivers, gets churned up, gets broken down into smaller bits and smaller bits, even smaller bits, and eventually gets washed up on beaches like this. And the beach is a mile long for all intents and purposes. This is 2.5 meters of it. It's staggering to think how much stuff is in every other little square the length of this beach. How much more of it has been blown in there ashore, how much more of it is out there at sea, and how much more of it is down there that's too small to find. As it all gets ground down, you get even smaller bits that you can't even see, and these things start to get ingested by birds and fish. Plastic getting ingested by fish, and then what do we do with fish? We eat it. We are consuming plastic. We are consuming poison. I think is it called bisphenol A, the chemical that's in plastic, which can cause all kinds of horrible things if you had it in vast quantities. But all these things are cumulative. If you keep ingesting all these poisons, it's going to have a toxic effect eventually, and it's just getting worse. I came here today having a lovely day out to what I remembered. I've been here a long time ago in 2003, and I remember it being a really spectacular place. And it absolutely is. But I remember it being, I have this recollection, this sort of impression of it being a very pristine place. And because it does have this reputation as being one of the most pristine beaches in the country, I can't help but feel dejected and a bit down, and I don't feel as upbeat as I normally would be coming to a splendid place like this, because the litter is so obvious and so apparent. It's really, really sad. But I don't have a solution to it or anything. It's just depressing how much crap there is here. Go to these far-flung remote places and you expect to find them to be pristine, but they're not. Nowhere is anymore. There's nowhere on the globe, no beach anywhere that doesn't have something on it that's been dumped in the sea or has been ground down. Plastic, big bits of plastic that get ground down into smaller bits. You really do have to ask yourself, what are we doing? And it can feel like we're not really playing a part in this as individuals, but we're all part of the problem. God knows what the solution is, apart from just sort of humanity just packing it all up and giving up and then writing it all off as a bad idea. It's terrible. It doesn't bode well for the future.